So coming to the this abstract, which is comprehensive prognostic and predictive molecular subgroup analysis within the high risk treatment arms of NRG oncology RTOG 9802, a phase 3 trial of radiotherapy versus radiotherapy plus PCV in high risk low grade gliomas. So coming to the background and the knowledge gap which is there, in 2016, WHO updated with three molecular low-grade glioma subgroups, and prognostic value of WHO subgroups has been well established. But there is a knowledge gap in the predictive values of WHO subgroups, which needs to be elucidated. So as we can see, the histology, which is astrocytoma, oligoastrocytoma, oligodendroglioma, and glioblastoma. So the first three, they are classified on the basis of the IDH status, which is the IDH mutant and the IDH wild type. And the IDH mutant are further classified on the basis of the co-deletion of 1p and 19q and other genetic parameters. So one arm is ATRX loss and TP53 mutation, which is diffuse astrocytoma IDH mutant. In the other arm, the 1p 19q co-deleted arm, there is oligodendroglioma and IDH mutant and 1p 19q co-deleted. In the IDH wild type, there is after exclusion of other entities, we are left with diffuse astrocytoma IDH wild type and oligodendroglioma not otherwise specified. In the glioblastoma arm, there is IDH mutant and IDH wild type. So we have glioblastoma IDH mutant and we have glioblastoma IDH wild type. And if in the there is no genetic testing done or inconclusive, there is diffuse astrocytoma not otherwise specified, oligodendroglioma not otherwise specified, oligoastrocytoma and glioblastoma not otherwise specified. So coming to the NRG oncology RTOG 9802 background, which is a phase 3 study of radiotherapy versus radiotherapy plus PCV, that is procarbazine, CCNU, and vincristine in grade 2 gliomas. So this study stratified in low risk and high risk. The low risk was age less than 40 and gross total resection, which was the first arm, which was observation arm. In the second arm, the high risk patients with age more than 40 or subtotal resection or biopsy were randomized into two arms. One was of the radiotherapy alone and the other was of radiotherapy plus PCV. So the overall survival among patients with IDH1 R132H mutation, so this was in the RT plus PCV arm, 11 patients died, and while in the RT alone arm, 22 patients had died, which was statistically significant. So coming to this project's details, the purpose was to update the predictive significance of the three WHO defined molecular subgroups in NRG oncology RTOG 9802. The significance was first phase 3. It is the first phase 3 study to evaluate the predictive value of these subgroups using prospectively collected, well annotated long-term overall survival data in a post-hoc analysis. Majority of previous studies incorporated only monotherapy, that is the EORTC 22033, 26033 or grade 3 patients, RTOG 9402, EORTC 26951. So as we discussed, there were three arms, but this study included the high risk patients and analyzed the RT alone arm versus RT followed by PCV arm. So the method IDH1 and 2 were identified using the immunohistochemistry or the ion torrent sequencing, and 1p19q code deletion was by Affymetrix OncoScan or Illumina 450K methylation analysis. The survival by WHO molecular subgroups. Coming to the overall survival, as we can see, the graphs are well separated and there is a very much it is statistically significant in the favor of mutant co-deleted, and then comes mutant non-co-deleted, and then comes the wild type. And the same can be seen in the progression-free survival, and having a statistically significant difference in the progression-free survival in favor of the IDH mutant and 1p19q co-deleted, and then with the mutant non-co-deleted, and then the wild type. Coming to the prognostic multivariate analysis, this is the Cox proportional hazards model for overall survival, the multivariate analysis. And as we can see that there is a statistical difference in more than 1 year follow-up in the RT plus PCV versus RT alone arm, whereas there is no statistically significant difference up to 1 year follow-up. And then we can also see that the one IDH mutate and 1p19q co-deleted versus IDH wild type, there is also statistically significant difference in the overall survival, and the same can be observed for the progression-free survival. Coming to the overall survival subgroups and the treatment arms, first coming to the IDH mutated and the 1p19q co-deleted arm. As we can see here, the first graph, the graphs, the plots are well separated, and there is a statistically significant difference between the RT plus PCV arm compared to RT alone arm. The same can be seen in the second one in the IDH mutated versus 1p19q non-co-deleted arm. But in the third graph, we see that there is no significant difference if we compare the IDH wild type groups subgroup when given the RT plus PCV compared to RT alone. So we can, from this graphs, we can see that RT plus PCV is beneficial only if there is IDH mutation or 1p19q co-deletion, but there is no statistically significant difference of giving PCV when there is IDH wild type. Coming to the overall survival by molecular subgroups and treatment of IDH mutated and 1p19q co-deleted arms, we find that there is a statistically significant difference when we give RT plus PCV compared to RT alone, and there is the median survival in the RT arm is 13.9 years, whereas in the RT plus PCV arm, the median survival is not reached. Overall survival by molecular subgroups and treatment. In the as we can see the graphs comparing the RT plus PCV with RT alone in the IDH mutated and 1p19q non-co-deleted arm, there is a statistically significant difference, and the median survival in the RT arm is 4.3 years, whereas in the RT plus PCV arm it is 11.4 years. Coming to the OS, overall survival by molecular subgroups and treatment of IDH wild type, as we can see here, there is no statistically significant difference, and in the RT alone arm there is the survival of 1.9 years only, and in the RT plus PCV there is only a slight enhancement in the overall survival, that is 2.1 years. Coming to the progression-free survival by molecular subgroups and treatment in the various arms, as we can see again that in the IDH mutated and 1p19q co-deleted arm, there is a statistically significant difference, and the same can be seen in IDH mutated and 1p19q non-co-deleted arm. But when we see the progression-free survival in the IDH wild type, there is no statistically significant difference and of adding RT plus PCV. Now, the same as we see in the IDH mutated and 1p19q co-deleted, there is a statistically significant difference in the progression-free survival, and where in the RT alone arm it's only 5.8 years, whereas when we add PCV, the progression-free survival is not reached.
Please try to conclude your presentation.
So the same can be seen here in this graph, that the progression-free survival is improved from 3.3 years to 10.4 years in the IDH mutated and 1p19q non-co-deleted arm, and but in the IDH wild type, there is no difference. So to conclude, our analysis suggests that both IDH mutated and non-co-deleted and IDH mutated co-deleted subgroups received benefit from treatment with PCV, although the sample size is limited and analysis are post-hoc, and it is consistent with the RTOG 9402 data. The results also support the notion that IDH with wild type high risk low grade glioma patients do not benefit from the addition of PCV to radiotherapy. However, the study does not have sufficient power to detect significance and the observed effect size.
Dr. Navdeep, please quickly conclude.
Okay. So, thank you.